Hello and a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Lunchtime News here on Newsfirst. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Mazra Hassan. Let's now take a look at the headlines for this afternoon.
Continuous rains caused the water levels of the Mahaveli reservoirs to rise. Opinions raised on the central bank bond issue in Parliament today as well. Minister of Health says steps will be taken to stop the islands racket in the country. 40 people killed in Brazil following the rapid spread of yellow fever.
On to a lead story now. The Sri Lanka Mahaveli Authority says that the water levels of the Mahaveli reservoirs are on the rise owing to the prevalent rainy weather. As of now, the sluice gates of the Ulhitir and Ratkinda reservoirs have already been opened. However, the water levels of the main reservoirs, including the Kotmale reservoir, hasn't increased as yet. Meanwhile, the Department of Irrigation says that the continuous rains have resulted in the water levels of a number of reservoirs reaching spill level. Director General of the department, Saman Veerasinghe, has said that water could now be supplied to paddy lands and were cultivated during the Maha season. Meanwhile, the Commissioner General of the Agrarian Services Department, Sunil Veerasinghe, said that the water levels in a number of tanks in the eastern province that come under the purview of the department have increased. However, the Water Supply and Drainage Board says the issues surrounding the distribution of pipe-borne water in the Kaluthura area has not been resolved as yet. General Manager of the Water Board, A.J. Kumararatne, said that over 64,000 families are still suffering following the mixture of seawater to the Kalu River. Kumararatne said that the supply of water to Ranna, Hambantota and Kurunagala is still being limited. Meanwhile, the Met Department predicts showers or thunder showers in many parts of the island. The department notes that rains exceeding 100 millimeters could be expected in certain locations. JVP parliamentarian Bimal Ratnayaka raised a privilege issue in Parliament today with regard to summons being issued to members of the Committee on Public Enterprises or COPE in connection with the bond issue. We'll have more on that story on our bulletin. Moving on to more local news, the GMOA says that the number of issues have arisen with regard to providing eye lenses to patients free of charge. The secretary to the GMOA revealed this speaking at a press briefing held yesterday.
The Ministry of Health has taken a decision to provide eye lenses free of charge to patients. This is indeed a very good proposal. However, it is insufficient to provide only the lens because there are a number of supplementary equipment that is needed as well. So either this too must be provided free of charge by the government or a clear procedure must be outlined for patients to follow.
Meanwhile, Minister of Health Dr. Rajitha Senaratne says that steps are being taken to halt the eye lens racket currently existing in Sri Lanka. A communique issued by the Ministry of Health says that critical information pertaining to the racket has now been revealed.
The communique issued by the ministry says that an eye lens imported for around 6,000 rupees from India is sold in the local market for approximately 30,000 rupees. As a result, the ministry is taking steps to reduce the price of an eye lens by 20,000 rupees from next week. The communique states that certain doctors too are involved in the eye lens racket in the country.
A special traffic plan is to be implemented around Golf Fest starting from tomorrow until the 4th of February. This is to facilitate the National Independence Day celebrations to be held opposite the Golf Fest Green on the 4th of February. With that, moving on to more local news, the Crimes Investigations Unit of the Kaluthura Police Division has arrested an individual who was transporting a cache of weapons and drugs in a van. Police said that while 2 T-56 assault rifles, packets of drugs and a number of masks were found inside the van, they added that the number plates of the vehicle had been changed. However, officers of the Kaluthura Crimes Investigations Unit said that the weapons were being transported over an ongoing dispute between two underworld gangs in Ratmalana and Mount Lavinia. Now on to one of our headline-making local stories for this afternoon. JVP parliamentarian Bimal Ratnayaka raised a privilege issue in Parliament today with regard to summons being issued to members of the Committee on Public Enterprises or COPE in connection with the central bank bond issue.
A few MPs and I have received summons that were issued by the Supreme Court with regard to our involvement in the COPE report on the bond issue. The summons had named us as the defendants. We received reports from the Supreme Court registrar yesterday. So therefore, this should be raised here as a privilege issue.
No, they were talking about summons being received by the members, so I will bring it to the notice of that. Yeah. Of the members of the COPE. So I have to look at the legal aspect. So that's
please allow me to speak. Then you can answer no.
No, they are talking on behalf of all members of the COPE. Yeah.
That is a problem that the Parliament is facing. You should function as the House leader first. Let me speak.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, so I take action on that. Yeah.
ඔබතුමා පොඩ්ඩක් සංසුන් අහුම්කම් දෙන්න. ගරු කතානායකතුමනි මේ කරුණ පිළිබඳව පාර්ලිමේන්තු මන්ත්‍රීවරු වශයෙන් අපිට
This is an ongoing hearing. This cannot be discussed.
So Ajit Peramettuma.
Sir, as a parliamentarian, Bimal Ratnayaka can raise a privilege question, but he is not speaking on behalf of us. He does not have the right to speak on behalf of the COPE. If he wants to talk on behalf of the members, first the sentiments of the members should be inquired into. MP Bimal can certainly raise a privilege question as an MP for himself.
සියලු දෙනා කතාවක් නෙමෙයි විමල් රත්නායක ගරු මන්ත්‍රීතුමාට පෞද්ගලිකව මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් වශයෙන් වරපසද ප්‍රශ්න නගන්න පුළුවන්.
Let me handle it. You need to place your confidence. He also spoke about the same concern, not Ajit Pereira. An opportunity was given to raise the privilege question. The COPE fulfills the responsibility of the Parliament. If court can influence Parliament while we are trying to fulfill the duties we are tasked within Parliament, I opine it's a breach of parliamentary privileges.
නමුත් මේක පාර්ලිමේන්තු වරප්‍රසාද උල්ලංඝනය කළා හොරු රකින්න යාම.
මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක්
If an MP is being questioned by the Supreme Court about his work as a parliamentarian and has been named as a respondent and summoned, should the MP comply with the notice issued? Or should he be questioning it?
ඒ මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක් ඒකට අනුගත විය යුතුද? නැත්නම් පාර්ලිමේන්තු බලය සහ වරප්‍රසාද යටතේ මේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට තියෙන අයිතිය ගැන සුප්‍රීම උසාවියට විමසා බලන්නට තීන්දුව දෙන්නට පුළුවන්කමක් නැtei කියලා මේ රටේ දැන්ට පිළි අරගෙන තියෙන මතය අනුව ඒ වගේ උත්තරකරුවන්ට
හොඳයි ඒක අවශ්‍යම නීතිමය උපදෙස් ලබා ගන්න මම ඒක
I will inquire into its legality and report back on it. I think that over this point, then Speaker Anura Bandaranayake has made a decision. You can also look into that.
ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් මං හිතන්නේ හිටපු කතානායක අනුර බණ්ඩාරනායක මහත්මයා තීන්දුවක් දීලා තියෙනවා.
හොඳයි ඒක තමයි මං කිව්වේ
ඒක පිළිබඳවත් සොයලා බලන්න.
ඒක තමයි ගරු මම ඒක තමයි කිව්වේ මංගේ අවධානය යොමු කරනවා ආයෙත් ගන්න.
A comprehensive report on the parliamentary proceedings will come your way at 9 tonight on our primetime news. And with that, we wrap up lunchtime news for today. Thanks for joining us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Azra Hassan. Have a good day.